Hello, this is Molly Reamer with Brigid's Grove and 30 Days of Goddess, and I would like to invite you to join me in the Goddess Magic community on Patreon. And I wanted to explain a little bit about what the Goddess Magic community is. It is primarily a devotional community, a sacred space online, and a crucible of creation for exploring everyday magic, daily practice, self-priestessing, ordinary mysticism, the sacred in the ordinary, the magic in the everyday. And so this community is, it's kind of an ever-evolving organic type of community, but it does offer a certain amount of set types of resources according to a devotional rhythm. The community space has a devotional rhythm. And I have a little graphic about the devotional rhythm that you will also find in a slightly different format, I believe right above where you're watching this video. Anyway, the devotional rhythm for our Goddess Magic community looks somewhat like this. And note that there are several different tiers of membership, so you can enter into whichever point in the rhythm works best for you. So this is the overall rhythm of the community space, and though it does vary somewhat based on which membership level you join. And so every day, just about every day, there is a post on Patreon, and the posts fall into different categories in this rhythm. Every day there is an affirmation graphic posted in the Facebook group. These are also available as part of 30 Days of Goddess, but there's also a patron only post on Patreon falling into some kind of this other part of our devotional rhythm or our devotional flow. And those posts are a patron-only benefit. They can be accessed, you'll get them in your email, but you can also use the Patreon app to explore them, which makes a really nice kind of almost, like curated personal, not social media exactly, but kind of a personal feed of information. So if you support other creators on Patreon, you'll see their posts as well. And so you'll get a post every day in some kind of category. And then of course, as a daily practice, there will be your own devotional rhythm. So devotional rhythm kind of falls into daily, weekly, monthly, seasonal or annual practices. And so that's how I shape my own work that I offer to you on Patreon, is according to this daily, weekly, monthly, seasonal, and annual rhythm. And then obviously you shape your own practices in the way that fits your needs best. So every week we have a Monday Live on Facebook. I make an audio recording. So if you're not on Facebook, that's available to patrons only as a replay. There's usually some discussion questions and some thoughts, some weekly wisdom, some inspiration, and things like that. Every Monday there's a weekly divination video of about 5 to 7 minutes long, exploring woman runes, daily practice, other oracle card decks as I feel moved. So there's a weekly divination video as well. On Tuesdays, I usually post the audio replay and the companion resources, often a poem or a message or a blessing or an invocation or some resources for you in that way too. Every Wednesday, there is our weekly Story Goddess Oracle card. This is a printable deck that we are building in this year. And so every week you get a new printable Oracle card with a different story goddess on it. So that is very exciting. And then on Thursday, you usually get a poem, a blessing, a message, some kind of resource. On Friday, you get a poem audio, and this is a patron exclusive, so it's usually something new that I'm writing that other people don't have access to. You get the audio, and then there's a companion card or printable that goes with that as well. And then on Saturday and or Sunday, sometimes one of those days I take a day off, but you often will get a video or an audio or some other kind of resource. So if there's a ritual theory episode every month, that would be posted, or if there's a video on a different topic, then that would be posted on the weekend. Our monthly rhythm is that we have a Simple and Sacred Life Circle via Zoom every month. And every month you get a 4-pack of Story Goddess Oracle cards as we've moved along, and also adding some bookmarks into that mix as well. And then every 12 weeks, I have a set of mini cards that you will get as well. Every month you get monthly practice overview cards for creating a monthly practice, goddess-centered practice. Every month you get a 30 Days of Goddess thematic video that kind of sets the tone for the month, and it can be independent. You can just listen to it for inspiration. It doesn't necessarily have to connect to an ongoing 30 Days of Goddess practice for you, but as a patron, then you have access to that video. You also get all the companion printable materials, including a daily a daily graphic. So a whole set of daily graphics. There's usually about 60 cards for the month, and then you can pick and choose which ones work for you. And then there's also a monthly, either a retreat audio or a ritual theory audio. So it kind of takes you through a thematic kind of concept, either a ritual review or some self-priestessing information or some everyday magic information, or just kind of a opportunity to drop in and connect and retreat. And then most months there's also a companion kit in our Etsy shop that's accessible to patrons only, that you can buy that kit if you want to kind of support you in your practices. And then seasonally there are printable prayer books or PDF ritual kits available. And for people at the highest level of tier, there's also seasonal magic mail, which can either be a postcard or other flat mailable things that you get as a surprise in the mail. And then annually you'll get a new printed publication or a gift in the mail, kind of depending on where you fall on those categories. And everybody gets a holiday greeting or mail of some kind, and everybody usually gets a year-end PDF compilation of some kind. So a poetry book or a coloring book, or this year it was the Holy Days content from Wee Moon, but in the past it's been a poetry book or a coloring book or something like that. So you'll get that as well. So that is the devotional rhythm to this community space. That's what I offer in this crucible of creation. There's other things that come up as well, and extra poems and resources, and I'm always making things for the Goddess Magic community. I'm always looking forward to sharing things with the patrons and having fun sharing things with you. But anyway, that is what this space offers and kind of how it is structured or shaped. So I'd love to invite you to join us and see what we discover and uncover and explore together, because there's endless possibilities for enchantment. There's endless possibilities for discovery. There's endless possibilities for stepping into and experiencing the magic and power of your own life. So that's what it is all about, and I would be happily walk this goddess-centered path with you. So welcome, and feel free to join at whichever level best meets your needs. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.